This is so much rain. So much rain. It's supposed to be summer. We're supposed to be at the beach and at the pool. It's just so much. It's just so much rain. Okay, just dropped off my wife at work. My youngest daughter is supposed to go swimming with a friend. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen or what they're gonna do. My son is at work. My middle daughter actually started a new job this week, so she's at that. We're everywhere today. Everything inside of me just wants to put on a baseball cap and a hoodie and just not worry about any of this, but it's supposed to get to like high the mid 80s and the rain's supposed to stop this afternoon, so I think I'm gonna be miserable if I do that, so I'm putting up with it now. Hopefully future me thanks current me that I'm getting ready like this right now. On my way to the office, in other news, we're down a car, so that means that there's 5 of us, there's 4 drivers, and we only have 2 cars, and we all have places we need to be. Yeah. Hopefully swimming for this one. It's better than it was. I actually need to go drop off one of the keys to our car so that the guy at the shop can work on it. All right, this van's here because that's our church van, and the catalytic converter got stolen off of it, and we recognize that car. It's back at the shop. Okay, the problem with it being 100 degrees for most of the week, and then you have a day like today where it's really a lot colder outside, it is freezing in this office. I am regretting the decision already to not be wearing a hoodie. So on the vlog today, I want to share with you a story of how I drove a school bus into 4 feet of water. When I was in college, I drove a school bus. It's actually where I met my wife. That is a different story for a different day. But I drove a school bus, and that's how I earned money while I was going through college. And one particular day, I was driving, and I was going to go pick up these kids that like lived out. And it had been raining like since midnight. And so just constant rain over and over and over. And I had already done a middle school route, whole bus full of kids that I took to the middle school. And I was driving in water that was like this thick. So everything looked like it was a little bit flooded. So after hitting the middle school and dropping off all those kids, it's now time to do my elementary school route. And I go out to the first house. They live like way out in the country. And then I was going to hit this neighborhood that is like closer to in town, get a bunch of kids, and then you take them to the elementary school. I drive out, I get the 2 kids, and then on the way in on this one country road, I remember passing a fire truck, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And like, you know, again, like I'm out in the country, so I'm doing like 55, 60 miles an hour because that's the speed limit out there. And I'm going through, and I kind of look down over here, and water starts pouring into the well where the stairs are. And then I realized pretty quickly that the water that is in front of me is not the water that's like this thick that I've been driving through all day, but like it's much bigger than that. But I'm like, there's no stopping. There's no such thing as stopping this bus and backing up because I'm going pretty fast. And so the only way I'm gonna make this is if I barrel through. And for those that know about engines, if I was driving a diesel, this wouldn't have been a problem, but I wasn't. I was driving a 1980 something gasoline with a carburetor engine, and the water hit it and it was done for. And I made it almost to the other end of it. So I'm sitting there with a bus that is no longer running, stuck in water, that is almost to the level of like the main floorboard of the bus past the stairwell where the kids come up. I've got these 2 kids on my bus, and I'm like, what do I do next? Remember that fire truck that I passed? Well, that fire truck was trying to barricade the road so that no one came down because it's flooded out. So the fire truck comes through, and for some reason I didn't feel like I could open the door. I don't know where my mind was at, but for some reason I told the fire department, the guys that came up to the bus, that I couldn't open the door, but we could probably go through the window. So the window that is like next to me, like where I drive, the 2 elementary school kids get out and they get on the shoulders of the firemen. But me, they make me walk through waist deep water holding onto a hose, because if you've ever been in situations like that, the water might look kind of calm on the top, but underneath it is going pretty fast and it can sweep up your feet if you're not careful. So I have a hose that I can hold on to get me to past where all this water is. So the kids are safe, I'm drenched. The bus is not going anywhere. Couple things. One, I didn't lose my job. Two, I was actually really good friends with the mom of the two kids, and she wasn't mad or upset, and I guess the kids really liked the excitement. They thought it was pretty cool. But three, my last name is Dolphin. I got a bus stuck in water. The jokes wrote themselves. And I think I actually still have the newspaper article that was published the next day. I think it's in my attic, and I'm gonna look for it after work tonight. This says motorists rescued during city flooding. And that's my bus. You can't even see the headlights.